That is insane. Oh my god.
My eye specifically is about with she understands.
I'm just so thankful they didn't take my computer because that's like my entire life. I would have been like, alright, I'm doing OnlyFans. Like, I have no fucking choice. Like, actually. I went on a hike with some friends here in Guatemala when I came back to a broken-in home and found that most of my camera equipment had gotten stolen.
We're living in abundance.
I'm in so much debt. I just really hope that the cops aren't corrupt, you know?
Yeah.
They're not gonna try to, like, me. I'm getting my shit back.
Hell yeah.
I'm getting my shit back! Oh, you know that closet that you have in that room with the lock?
Yeah.
I put my money and this camera in that closet. They didn't touch it. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's just stuff. The police came later on and did a full investigation. But the more time went on, the more I had lost any expectations that I'd get any of it back. My only choice was to move on. Living in this place is like one long festival. The events never stop. So why should I? The best thing I've experienced at this lake is sisterhood. I've amassed a collection of incredible relationships with women I feel like I've known forever. And I will, starting now. We are so back, baby. Well, I'm follicular. Yeah, I don't know if this is a temporary thing, but I'm finally coming out of like very arduous, very tumultuous past couple of weeks. In retrospect, everything could have been way, way, way worse than it actually was. So today I just want to bask in the gratitude that is my situation. Sometimes you just gotta cut your hair for the outfit, you know? Don't get it twisted, I was so fucked up. Like, 3 days ago, I wanted to film myself going through it, but I was so fucked up that I just didn't have emotional capacity to pull out my camera. Please understand that it is not always sunshine and rainbows, that this is not always how I feel and act. Please honor your emotions. And don't feel obligated to do shit when you feel like shit. But find that balance. You just have to move on because it's really easy to use excuses to stay stagnant, but it comes to a point where you need to in order to keep going. I could very easily just like be in bed all day and not want to do anything, but that would even perpetuate the negative emotions. So it's important to find that balance. I'm happy and thankful that I'm feeling more mentally clear. So honor yourself, baby. Sometimes it really is the simplest things that can make you so happy. I keep being shown that through all of my discomfort. I grow more grateful for my comfort.
We'll go and take a shit in the street for everybody to see, because I don't want to be in that position.
Okay. This is Kyle.
one of the realest and sweetest people you can hope to meet here at the lake.
Since I saw you last, you didn't have the pussy tattoo, your eye wasn't black.
I go through a process and then it pops out somewhere on my skin. I've had eating disorders and sex addiction and you name it, I've been there and probably touched those spaces. So it just means for me that I'm able to work with a lot of different people who understand where they're coming from because I've lived it. If you want to know great light, then you have to know great darkness. And the times in my life where I felt like I've hit the darkest, most painful points of my life, I've only ever seen that it was working as it needed to and that there was God in all of it. My eyes specifically, sometimes you see people's pain and their darkness and the things that they're dealing with. If you do not have your own boundaries, then you end up in the shit.
I met Kyle 3 years ago. I was in Canada when I got a reading from him and it was so freaking cosmic and perfectly aligned and so accurate. 3 years later, I just ran into him on the street and I thought and I was just thinking before this, I need a reading. This is perfect. Have you heard of the biblically accurate angels?
No.
So
Oh, wait. The ones that are 8 eyes and 10
exactly.
things.
Some clear message was that he is a biblically accurate angel.
I'm finishing off the tattoo on my back, which is wings.
Oh, shut up!
Yeah. But anyway, enough about me. Are you ready? Straight away, as I connect in with you, the thing that I know that is going to be very important for you in the next 2 to 3 years is opening up the heart space. Love, relationship, partnership, union, getting all of the things that are in the way of you experiencing that out of the way. There will be a point where you do enter into motherhood, family, home and children. You'll be a great mum is what I feel. In order for things to move or to get us to where we need to get to, other things have to shift, and whilst that happens we can have experiences that don't make sense or feel difficult or feel painful because other things we need to make space to receive.
I thought I was in a stable place.
Yep.
Didn't happen, so
Yep.
I'm just now going with the flow of being fully transient.
And that will change. So in the next 2 to 3 years you're going to get grounded as there's nesting energy. And the reason that I feel like that is because of maybe family, home and children. How is your dynamic with your mother at the moment?
She died.
Okay.
Yeah. She died in 2019, that's Wednesday.
1 second then. Connect in with her, that does happen. My
Okay.
foundation was in mediumship. I used to work in spiritualist churches all over the UK.
Wow, okay.
Did your mother suffer from a cancer condition?
Yes.
Yeah, so you are going to be a very good mother. I think that there is a baby boy there for you, a son. She is saying that you need to know that when you step into that space that she is with you, she understands that it will be such a difficult thing and bittersweet for you to step into that space and not be there, but she loves you so much. She is saying that there's always been so much love there for you, and that when you were a child, when you were a baby, that love that she felt for you is one of the most beautiful things that you can experience becoming a mother, and she knows that you will do such a good job. She's saying that you've felt a bit lost in the last 4 to 5 years, and that's been difficult to navigate, and that you've been feeling a little bit like you've had to do some of that by yourself as alone. But she's saying you're doing such a good job, you're so strong. She's saying that family line of the women is strong anyway. There's some badass women in your family. Just keep talking and communicating about your feelings.
Right now? Oh, just in general.
In general. Yeah, just in general. I can just feel that excitement of connecting with you. Your mother is saying that she likes the person that you will be in a relationship with. Good man. So, yeah, she has given her seal of approval for the person that you will be dating and having children with. Okay, the time is right. That is there. Once again, I think people do this when they're meant to. Babies come when they're meant to. It's bigger and higher than us, which is why I don't believe in the manifestation space. You know, in my own life, there are things I never would have chosen to manifest, but I'm so glad they happen. When you get married, it will be somewhere hot. It's hot, the sun is shining, it is a nice event, and you have to know that she will be there.
Oh my god, this is exactly what I needed. Just trusting.
Is there a Filipino connection with you?
I am Filipino.
Ah, okay. Woo. Comes in and you're like, trust it, just give it, fucking give it. Your mum really wants you to remember that. It's your roots. That's where you come from.
It really does feel like I have been in my luteal phase for the last 2 weeks. When you have your moon, your period, when you bleed, you are shedding the layers of yourself. Your uterine lining that was meant to house a baby. I feel like I really am about to shed so much of these past patterns and attachments that I've been holding. I had another dream about my mom dying, and this is a very common reoccurring dream for me, but I remember feeling so terrible. Feeling so fucking terrible. It's been 5 years since she's passed away, and I've just been numb to it, I think. Not feeling so hyper emotional and allowing myself to cry whenever it comes up, but it only really hits me in the subconscious. This really overwhelming feeling of loss and missing her and not having her in my life and not having a mom and missing having a mom and wanting to be a mom. There's a comfort in knowing that she's still around, even if it isn't in the physical. My subconscious is doing the work that the physical can't. It's so insane that he was saying all this stuff about me being a mom and that I'll have a baby boy, because I felt that a couple of years ago when I did a retreat and I did breath work. I had my hands held out as I was lying down, and I felt the energy of a little boy and a little girl in my hands. I felt in my body, in my uterus, in every cell in my being, that those are my children. That those were the souls of my children waiting to meet me. Knowing that I have the ovums that will one day be my children in my body already. That I dance with those kids and I love the shit out of my womb. I can only hold the energy that my mom once did, that she still carries on some level. I just know. And I trust and I surrender and I feel, holy moly, holy. One thing I need to add is that I do not underestimate the value of self-care. Taking care of myself like I am my own child, I am Mama G, to me, has been very, very helpful in this weird luteal phase of my life. Go take a shower, take a full shower, like do a face mask. Make yourself a meal, get some snacks and watch a movie. Like, self-care is so important. So important. Not self-care and the digital shit too, because going to the gym has been super helpful. Reaching out, voice noting my homies has been super helpful. Alright, I'm Mama G. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me and watching my story. I really do care about each and every single one of you, and I would love to meet all of you in person and have these really deep chats about your experience and how you potentially resonate with my own. I do have a buy me a coffee, which is so weird to say because I had somebody comment me like, she's a mooch, but it's like, girl. Sailing the Vagabond put it so beautifully, where if you're on the street and you see someone performing, you want to tip them. So if you feel that something that I'm doing is worthy of your tip, then I would really appreciate it. I also still have a GoFundMe ready for the stolen equipment that I had taken away from me, which has been a serious hit on my ability to support myself. It's been really difficult. I feel immense guilt for asking for help, but when you're hurt, you ask for help. It's a cycle of abundance. I just know that all the generosity and support I'm receiving from all you beautiful people just makes me want to succeed further and grow further so that I can give back in every way that I can. And it's weird. I don't even want to talk about being generous because that in and of itself is just a weird thing. Feelings are weird, guilt is weird, shame is weird, and I'm trying to dismantle it. So I love you, I'm so thankful for you, and I want to keep telling these stories for you, for myself, for my children, but for you especially. All right, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next Monday. Mwah.